So our next order of business is to use the auto mode. So let us go to auto mode. We can see we've got 3 options for auto mode. Any of the assist control modes, PC, PRVC, or VC, are associated with an auto mode option. And you'll notice that it ties each assist control mode to a spontaneous mode. Our PRVC and VC are both associated with volume support, where PC is associated with pressure support. Remember, the only difference between these two, volume support and PS, is that volume support is pressure support with a volume target. So instead of setting a pressure limit, we actually set a volume target. So let's go to, I must have waited just a moment. No, this is it, auto mode, sorry. Auto mode VC, VS. Let's set our values as suggested, 550, 10, 1.3, 550, rated 10. Okay, I think PEEP was 5. Okay, we've got better compliance, so let's go back down on our, remember, always as sensitive as possible without auto trigger. All right, I think we're ready to go. So I hit accept, and now we're in auto mode VC with volume support. Now if the patient doesn't breathe, it will look exactly, let me adjust my alarm, because we turned our rate down, and so we're not going to have as much guaranteed volume as before. Minute volume, that is. All right, here we are. So in a non-breathing patient, this looks identical, but notice what happens on the very first. See how white VC is? It's telling us we're in VC right now. Here's a patient effort. Notice VC went gray and VS became active. Okay, VS being volume support. So now we are, every single breath is a spontaneous breath, and it will stay there until the patient hits the max app time, which used to be called the trigger timeout. This isn't really apnea. You can't be apnea in 7 seconds. But if the patient doesn't breathe for 7 seconds, the machine will switch back to volume control. So you see 7 seconds. 7 seconds is nothing. People take a sigh and don't breathe for 7 seconds routinely. And so it used to be called trigger timeout, which made more sense to me than apnea time. On the Servo-I, it's still called trigger timeout. But that's what happens. So in all of these auto modes, they work identically. If the patient doesn't breathe, they're in their assist control mode. But the very first effort, as soon as they make an effort, they go over to either VS, in the case of PRVC and VC, or PS, in the case of pressure control. And then all of their spontaneous breaths all of the breaths will be spontaneous breaths until they don't breathe for the designated time. Now we can switch that time in adults anywhere from 7 up to 12, but whatever that time out period is, when they hit it, they go back to assist control. First effort, they're in spontaneous mode. Really sick patients that are hard to manage, this sometimes works amazingly to help them stabilize. I would go into ICUs, and with the sickest patient, I would put them on PC PSV and make sure I play with all the settings to make it adjust to them, and respond best to that patient. Many patients would settle and just do amazingly well on this mode.